Got it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's solstice. I'm joined by Harrison. I just need to knock off my video. And we're doing things slightly differently today because we've opened up Spiritual Courts of Equity for you all. So it's whatever issue you want to bring today for resolution, you can do so, and you can pop a question in the chat. It will be a bit kind of, I'm just going to apply that love part, see if that helps. To this situation of your existence, your reality, your individual well-being for this time coming forward. So I've heard from some of you that you've had a really terrible year and that you've been trying to clear panic and trauma. And this is something that many will be going through, but also some will be experiencing a beautiful awakening if their pain-free existence allows it. Now, if you're in a pain existence, that means that you're harboring some kind of issue that has been preceded internally via your spiritual journey, your infinite spiritual journey, and those karmic relationships in your existence, but also ones that you've inherited from an ancestor level. So right now we have Harrison is around somewhere. He hasn't got his video on. He's currently tending a fire. Harrison, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. So, yeah, today I'm looking forward to the session and having a wonderful time with everyone and to assist those who are willing to be assisted.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you want to just pop onto the camera for 2 seconds so people can just connect with you?
Well, I don't know if I'm gonna be visible in the camera.
That's okay.
Where I am, but
it's nighttime.
Yeah, it's nighttime for us here.
Yes, so you're happily tending a fire there, because actually what's going on here is that we're also resolving, but taking your issue directly to Harrison's fire, which is situated near the very beautiful Mount Kenya on 0 degrees latitude currently as we speak. I've probably got that wrong. All 3D data from secret societies have just been eliminated because it's defunct. Okay, so one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to open this spiritual course of equity for you. And many of you would have experienced problems this year. You know, you would have felt the expansion in the collective on a lot of levels, feeling like some things are going to change, but then others will be in the heavy-handed, silent grip of the system, dictating what you do through your own behaviors. And this is a really strong picture. And I would just like to remind people, this type of work is not for the faint-hearted and for those that really might be aware or not aware of how deep this rabbit hole goes, because there is a lot at stake here in your own awakening, but also in the collective awakening. So what I mean by that is that your soul, your spirit, your mind, body, your total seen, non-physical and physical experience can be dictated to by others pretty easily. And how does this happen? Well, this happens in a number of ways. Things will be seeded or initiated from back in the day. So you're literally in other lives. So you're bringing that forward into these times now. Now, one of the reasons why I opened Spiritual Courts of Equity Live years ago, whenever it was to really bring it to the fore that resolution is possible for your spiritual experience. And this is one thing that the system does not support you in. It will harvest your energy, your soul time, your efforts in your life, and sabotage you in effect sabotage your own existence. And this is really heady stuff, because you think, well, how can that be? I'm free, I'm doing my whatever it is that I'm doing, and I would just pray that I get by. But really, you can be more active here in these experiences. So one of the ways I would like to help, and we would like to help you with your journey, is so you bring it here. You can also contact me personally for a session. Sometimes I run online workshops where I get together specific groups for specific reasons of their own awakening, which are shared. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today, is open the doors to the Spiritual Court of Equity and inviting all those that are listening, watching in this moment, to just step forward here. And we're looking at all omniversal realms of this reality, other realities, interconnected dream spaces, and so on. And everywhere where your soul is omnipotent and present. Some of you might be fragmented and floating around in the galaxy. Others may be experiencing upper level interference, and others may be experiencing ground level, surface level interference from others. Whatever it is, it can be dealt with. And that's why we've opened here again today. So I'm just going to see here. Hello, Michael. How are you? Thanks for joining us again. Is there, if you can type into the chat, what you would like to see presented in the Spiritual Court of Equity today on your behalf, and tell me in a few words what you would like to bring personally for yourself and for the collective. So while that's taking place, Harrison, would you like to describe, nice, lovely, lovely fire, what kind of things you've had to clear personally this year?
Well, it's a lot, you know. I don't even know where to begin. But what I would say, it all comes to doing the inner work, finding the alignment and the discipline to do the daily work. Sometimes the spiritual work takes many shapes and forms. Some of them maybe with the current mindset that you have, you might not think it's spiritual to work, but it is, like taking a nature walk or maybe going out in the sun and basking and feeling that some kind of that meditative state, and letting the rays of the sun, you know, sink into your skin and connecting with the ground, or just walking barefooted, maybe in the compound of where you're staying. You know, there are just different activities that I was doing to just stay in alignment, and also with the goals and the ideas that I was choosing to have, and focusing on that, and also on the outer goals that I wanted to see achieve out there, maybe in terms of financing, maybe in terms of work and such, and seeing things sometimes coming into fruition, other things crumbling, but most important, just having the faith, knowing that everything is working for you perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's excellent stuff. That's a really excellent pointer, because there are some very physical dynamics, because you are an embodied infinite soul here on earth. And we need to achieve mastery, maestry abilities over the human form. So then we start living a life from our non-physical aspect, which is the source within us, the source that connects us all in this unified universe. And it will dramatically achieve results like you've never achieved before. So part of that is what Harrison's talking about. It's the physical aspect of balancing your elements: earth, connecting to the earth; fire, connecting to the fire; water, for cleansing. You are made up of water and receiving signals all the time into your water bodies; and air, the winds. So all of these things take precedence. They are part of your physical makeup. So when either element is out of balance in the body, it prevents you from anchoring fully into physical form. Once you begin to balance these elements in your daily life, then a different flow, a spiritual flow, can be achieved harmonically through the physical body. So yeah, look, this is just the first level of that. So that's what Harrison is referring to as a daily practice. But also this goes on to your inner work, and that's listening to the conscience and the quiet voice within you. What is going on? Sometimes we might not like to hear what's actually going on, because we don't want to believe that about ourselves. This indeed is overspill from other lives, where you're literally carrying those impacts that are trying to speak to you for resolution, but it is really overwhelming for your psyche to engage with it. So yeah, look, you know, these are things that you can address on a daily basis just by listening to yourself, to the universe, and really separating yourself in these moments, becoming energetically stronger, but also having definitive boundaries about what you will accept into your reality and what you will not. And what we're seeing in these system times of globalization is that there is a takeover, an operational takeover going on, or should I say changeover? And it's a changeover of your being that is taking place here. And this is you moving into other times. Now, the system is trying to perpetuate itself over and utilizing your experience. We've seen this in the pandemic, where unsafe technology has been utilized to basically restrict how much you can function in 3D reality as an individual being. And we're going to see more of this. Now, to say something that more people probably won't appreciate is that the impacts from the pandemic and those medicines that apparently cure something, but they do not secure you from becoming weaker in the future, but also into your future generations. This is really key. And there are solutions for this. So if you would like a session with myself, do get in contact. You can find me on here, find me on social media very easily. Concordia Consularis, just get in touch. And we have a solution for the inherited issues that you have had. So alignment, I'm hearing from Michael, sounds really good. And that could be something that we start off with. So in this spiritual court of equity today, we're just going to invite you. I can sense you already and some of the issues that you're bringing forward. Many that have tuned in are completely clogged with frequencies that keep their light hidden, that they cannot be themselves. So I'm just going to invite those in right to the front here. We are connected to every other dimension, every other reality, seen and unseen in this moment. And there is a lot of accumulated anger as to why the souls are experiencing or have experienced what they have. So we just want to invite them to just let that go in these moments. And really taking your alignment with every sound frequency of my voice, just take it deeper as an activating frequency to yourselves, where you give yourself permission to become lighter, freer, and disentangled from system and state. And that's going to start moving through the spiritual court of equity of everyone present today.
Yeah, as also we are doing that, I would like to say what I'm seeing.
Please
I don't
do.
know. The funny thing is, yeah, I'm just close to the fire, but I am seeing myself like inside the water, in a trench, and there are rocks like forming like staircase kind of such kind of, I think it's like in the coastline, the way the coastline is, and the water is gushing over to the coastline. But it's inside the water, and there's calmness and there's peace. This is what I'm getting.
Brilliant. So these are the waters that cleanse. So the light has returned to the waters today of this very beautiful part of the earth cycle. And just inviting the watery release, the spiritual release, the sacred release of all emotional impacts that have affected you personally in these times. This year, last year, stresses of survival mechanisms. And just feeling that lift off. Feeling your personal karma uploaded into spiritual court of equity.
Yeah, and I'm also feeling remembrance is being brought to the people so that they may remember what has happened in their past, so that they may reflect on that, so that they can move forward with what they perceive as their future life, or for them to plan for their future lives, instead of allowing.
So we invite the element of fire, the great fire of all creations, the sacred fire across time, as you step forward to burn it off. Burn off your suffering that you carried at heart level. Burn off the rage, resentment, any lower emotional frequency that keeps low frequency in the body, but also magnetizes more to you. Like attracts like, frequency attracts frequency of the same. So allow that fire to just burn off.
Yeah.
Burn off system impacts. Really beautiful there. Look at that, it's increased, hasn't it?
Yep.
Do you notice any fire changes? Because we're literally connecting into this and transmuting it through the energies there of the ancestral realms at Mount Kenya. What is your feeling from the fire, Harrison?
It's just increasing its intensity and heat. And these are the kind of things I'm getting, but from the other side, a lot of things are getting banned, and it's just becoming bigger and bigger, and it's like I have to step a little bit further away because of the heat that's coming from the fire. I don't know. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. Yeah, I've managed to rectify that small problem that we had last time.
Yeah.
Oh, so let me just tell you what's going on in the chat room, because what you're experiencing there is very beautiful. We're directing a lot of energies here. Hello, Sam. Hello, Roger. How are you all? Sam's been working on embracing her light and letting it shine. She's had big impacts from severe mental health issues in some family members, and learning to what she can do without dimming her light. And that's beautiful. And Gabrielle just lit a candle just before we said sacred fire. So we're just going to ramp it up a level here. And we're just going to invite all ancestors connected to ourselves and to anyone else that comes in a different moment in space-time. And there is some tremendous shame and grief in these ancestral realms here. So we're just going to start clearing through a lot of stuff here, a lot of impacts. If you don't mind, if you're here, leave a like, because it bumps us up somehow. Well, I don't know if it will bump us up. If you leave a like, I would just love to see what happens during this, if it sort of says to the algorithm, oh, go and look at those people live. It might not, but it might. So let's just bring that into your realm. You're going to feel a connection behind you. Just let go of everything that you've inherited. And what we're going to do is that we're just going to go big from this moment on, because you might just feel the sacred wind about you. You might get a gust of wind. And just imagine your alignment takes you to the center of the earth. And just allowing that to strengthen you with the Great Mother of the universe. Because you are infinite. Now, into this spiritual court of equity, I'm going to invite any being, seen or unseen, that has interfered with your evolutionary process. And it could be an individual, it could be a group, it could be your family, it could be anybody, your partner. And there is tremendous rage on the outskirts here. But this is normal in spiritual court of equity. It's not like it's new.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Right, it's very pointed as well. So, oh, she said something out of turn. So let's have a look at the evolution stoppers, shall we, and see what happens there. Who stops the light from evolving? That's what I want to know. And, you know, this is, for me personally, this has come forward in many, many different ways. There are some people that view my videos and the work that we do and have been trying to hijack how the methods and how I do things, and utilize it in a negative, low frequency way. And it's just not possible. And this has come from those that perpetuate or claim to be working at a higher level, but actually what has happened is that they've created their own karma, and that will affect their own experiences. So while I would recommend that if you're dealing with heavy duty things, is get an experienced guide not one that has little experience with working on people in 3D physical reality with the nature of the issues humanity has experienced. So let's just do that. And it's quite sad, you know, rather than come for assistance or training in specific areas, is that, you know, yes, spiritual courts of equity and resolution is available for everybody, but when you're dealing with the matters unseen and you haven't been attuned or awakened to those levels, it can be very problematic. Okay, so let's have a look. Evolution stoppers. Let's get the geezer, the individual that has so much hatred for others, into the fore. Let's have a look at this chap or chapess. Cool, blimey. What do you reckon to this energy, Harrison? Do say.
I don't know, it's I'm looking at with the eye from the fire, and it's a different perception. I could see anger in there, but once you look it through the fire, you see the fire is more angrier than the one looking at you. And it's like in the state where I'm in, it requires a lot of neutrality, and I'm just blending in to understand the emotions that I'm experiencing here and to look it from an angle. But what I'm getting, it's like someone is behaving or acting like a young soul that
spoiled brat.
that wants to imitate, show they know more than they really do, and pretend they have more experience than what they have. And the worst part, they don't hear any advice.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like I'm getting this image of a teenager who thinks they know everything that the world has to offer, and they don't need you to advise them on anything.
No. So I'm just showing that individual or group what they're messing up for themselves and who's advising them about that. I'm just showing them live and direct, right in front of the face. And look what you've created for yourself. How's that response going down?
First, there's some arrogance, you know.
Yeah.
Thinking that, so, you know, they have this kind of arrogance that would make you want to fight back and, you know, knock their teeth off.
Oh,
but you have to show the patience like a parent does to a child.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's quite irritating.
Yeah. So I'm just showing them the card, you know, because it is literally cause and effect, cause and effect. What caused it? What affected it? And it comes, it stems at the core insecurity of not knowing who you are and what, be prepared to go beyond your ego and see what you're actually creating on earth today into your own future for your own future generations. Now, there will be, and as I've come across some that will really go to town and try and say things, but a lot of it is based on non-truth. Everything in consciousness is recorded. Everything, past, present, and future. And as it plays out in the live stream, it can be seen very clearly, no matter how much you shut yourself up from it and be in denial that it's actually taking place. So there are now these individuals actually put out a lot of lack of knowledge into consciousness. And it won't affect me. I will let them all know that. And it won't affect anyone else that comes in here. because they already know how things roll and they know how to live and are decent human beings. And that is the idea, is to disrupt that and see, when you see these qualities in a person seeding doubt, automatically that's dark forces. So it tells you what kind of beings that they're working with. Those that, when they speak ill of somebody else, that frequency reverberates out into the ethers. And the thing is, like attracts like, it will come back. That is what cause and effect is. So they will be experiencing the effects of using words blindly without full knowledge in support of their own egos. So when we go beyond the ego into the thought of the light within us, it's a different picture. I don't need, you know, this for me personally, I don't actually have to do anything, because the people will do it to themselves through their own cyclical mode of operation. And, you know, for others here right now in this space, you know, we're really going to bring it all together, because what has affected one affects all. So here we have 6 with us at the moment. Michael, Roger, Sam, I can see Gabrielle and Wilna. Now there'll be another couple there. So we're just going to get it all in, right, and do this as a group. We're going to let go here of spiritual attacks and disharmony from others. And you're going to feel a different frequency of light coming into you, removing all the ancestral barriers, let's say, because your ancestors have had a terrible time on this planet and been suppressed and oppressed and affected in many, many different ways that affects your living output today. Some will have been taught to sabotage themselves and sabotage others. And this is across the board, and everybody does it. So we're letting go of all of that. Just search deep within as the light enters your body. And what do you get a sense of in this moment, Harrison? How are the evolution stoppers? Does anybody here in the chat as well have any feelings about what has stopped or diverted their personal evolution and growth on Earth? Love to hear.
Yeah, so what I'm perceiving is that from the perspective of the court, everything is being looked in neutrality, and if the people are able to go to that level and seek the healing from that perspective, forgive yourself, forgive those who believe have wronged you, and then from there you move on and make choices and decisions, that force will become stronger and reverberate outside, so that it will allow greater and better things to come to you. And this is what I'm getting.
It's creating space. So when your body is fully functional with the system of Earth, the seasons, the dates of her cycles, even though they're flawed dates, but it's all around an approximate time, we begin to harness and have more interaction with our physical being and soul being, because then they have a stable basis to operate from, connected into this reality. So let's just ask out there, who is experiencing lightness in these moments? I'm just going to send a wind, a clearing, healing wind that will whiz around all of you. And your lineages. Vilna's throat is scratching, it's clearing. So Vilna, you've been stopped. Your evolution has been interfered with because you need to speak. It's really important that you do. And sometimes you'll feel like you're choking, that you're trying to find the words, that you're not feeling the flow, you feel like you can't speak. So we're just going to get some extra assistance for you there. Good, Sam. That's wonderful. Lightening up, that's wonderful. We're just going to separate those negative mental health frequencies out of your ancestral realms. Because I will say this, when you're seeing the severity of mental health issues, it has been designed this way. And this is the scary thing about it, that this system and those behind it do not care about your lineages. The system only cares about its own lineages and this propping up of their ideological thought. And usually there's a curse at play, which we've just identified. We're just going to get that lifted because they're really meddling around here with things they shouldn't. Excellent. Well done, Gabrielle. Feeling something lifting off. That's good. Right, now everybody here should be experiencing a lifting from the forehead and the upper part of the crown energy center. And that's going to start getting stronger. Really excellent stuff. They're all feeling it sweeping through. Right down to the feet, the ankles. Right, and let's initiate joy. Vilna gets panic attacks when speaking in a group. So one of the best pieces of advice I can give to you is to turn your senses, your empathy inwards. So when you're speaking in a group, your sole focus is you. Don't even care about what other people are thinking. So just let go of all times that you have been slammed for speaking the truth, the impacts from that. And time has been misused against you. So I'm just going to get that realigned. This has happened time and time again. So if anyone out there is wearing armor, you can let it go now. It's safe. You do not need to fight anymore. Harrison, what are your perceptions here?
At some point, I started feeling the system was trying to get involved, like that. It was like a frequency that was being sent off. I'm getting it has been stopped. It was like trying to counteract what was being done by the court.
Yes.
So it was this kind of frequency. Maybe some have maybe kind of had some kind of a sharp ringing in the right top part of the ear, something like that.
Yeah. So this will, what they will do, this is the basically, someone didn't like me saying, the system did not like me saying that mental health issues have been created. Now, how they do this, some people will experience certain voices that do not feel like their own, giving them instructions to do negative things to harm themselves and others. Now, these are target groups, they are specific factions, and they don't like that information getting out there because that means that the whole industry setup begins to lose control over how people think, act, and manage these situations. So we're just going to get all those negative emanations eliminated. And their biggest MO will be, you can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. Seeding their own doubt to stop you from accessing your full sovereign light. Rogers just stated, been managing his own mental health using I Ching for 40 years plus. Also, non-stop learning since. Always feel good when listening to Angela and Harrison. Yeah, that's great. Look, life is non-stop learning. You know, it really is. When we stop learning, we basically stop functioning. There's always more to learn. We never know anything fully. Vilna's got lots of energy rushing into her crown. So we're just going to expand this up to the next level, and we're going to go planetary, I think. And we're just going to create whirlwind of clearing around Earth today. How's that planetary expansion looking, Harrison?
It looks like some kind of another chakra expanding on each and every single person who will view this past, present, and future. And also, I'm getting Mother Earth is holding everyone, holding the space for everyone to heal and understand what's going on. And also giving everybody a choice and a chance to expand and grow, because as you have said earlier, we never stop learning, and she is providing these choices and learning experiences that each and every single person can do and take, as long as they accept to do that.
Exactly. So let's see, on Earth, how many people are accepting the next level of healing for their own personal journeys in this moment?
In terms of percentage, I see like around 97% are being held by Mother Earth. But the other 3%, it's not that they're not being held, it's just like it's like they are putting bricks or something off, saying that this is their free will, this is their experience, and we have no right to interfere with that. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Each and every single person has to make that choice on their own.
Absolutely. But I will remind them that you're not creating for others. Because when you start creating for others, you're inflicting your will upon other people's journeys. So you can't expect non-interference with one aspect, with one perception, and then go ahead and affect others. So, balance needs to be achieved there. What do you feel for that?
I don't know, just it's like they are stubborn lot. Some of them are accepting, some of them aren't. They don't want to hear any of it. And as such, I'm just hearing the court saying that since it's their journey, as long as they are not interfering with the other rest of the people, infringing on their own free will, they have the right to do whatever they want to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just don't affect anyone else.
Yep.
So, how many of them are affecting others right now? Just asking.
Well, of the 3%, it's all of them. It's like they co-opt even the rest of the 97%, where this group or the control structure, if you could see a pyramid where less than 1% are the people who have the plans or the way to manipulate the people, and then they send their plans downwards. It's like the way the corporate structure works. And then it intertwines and entangles with the rest of the population, where they do things inside their heart, they don't want to do it. But since it's something, either it's because they convince themselves they are paying the bills, or it's order from above they're implementing, and they infringe and interfere with everyone's free will. And those guys position themselves in such a way that they believe no repercussions is going back to them. But at the core of their heart is that their aim is to infringe or step on each and every one person's journey. As long as you're not planning for yourself, they're gonna plan for you.
Yeah. So that would be stepping on somebody's journey.
Yeah.
So, folks, just telling them all that if they didn't get that already, then maybe there's a lot of evolving that needs to take place. Maybe they're affecting their own evolution, which in turn is in effect creating a spin of affecting others' evolution. And I'm sure that's being received very well indeed. Oh, I didn't really see it like that. Some will have said, and others will have been the diehards that don't actually care, about themselves or others. That's why they act in a destructive form. So let's just extend that out. I just want to really make sure here that anyone that checks in to this recording, this live, will experience the evolution stoppers, interference, people, beings, groups, whatever. And really separate themselves and really start to feel that lifting. How's that fire coming along, Alison? Is it burning all of that off?
Yeah, it looks like this. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, anyone here that would like Harrison to say a prayer into this fire for you, your thoughts and intents, for your own journey, for your own evolution and healing, for the oncoming times. Please do write it down, send it into the chat room, and he will read those, we will read them directly to the fire. And take those wishes, prayers, and dreams into the universe from 3D level. So I'm going to add one in there. Harrison, if you can read for me, and just bring a prayer for all, for myself to develop and evolve in a faster, more rapid way, and for my own well-being and joy on earth. And that's for everybody that I'm connected to in any way. And that may we all have beautiful repeat awakenings.
Yeah, maybe if you can paste it on the Zoom chat so that I can see it since I'm on
that's
my
a
phone.
that's a good idea. Yeah. That's a good idea. You can put your own prayers in that as well, Harrison, if you would like to say a prayer. I don't know what is coming to you. Yeah, look, I've just sort of had to transmit that via your phone, so I can't actually find it. That's okay. I'm just not going to bother looking. Oh, transmit prayer out there. Anyway, I'll be in another ceremony in next time. Okay, so how is everybody out there? How are we all doing? Do say. How's everything looking out there to you, Harrison?
Yeah, things are okay. So also what I'm getting is it's like a special place or a special part of the court has been created. So everyone who wishes to just say something, they can just say it in their heart and it will be received and it will be worked on. This is what I'm getting. So there's even if it's something that is deep in them and they may not wish to type it or say it aloud because maybe it's a secret to them, they have this place where they can just speak it out. It will be received and it will be worked on the side.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. So I'm just uploading a whole load of stuff into that. Connected to all my prayers ever, infinitely made in peace. And is the fire changing?
This is how it looks like. quite big.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Thank you, Father. So I hope that you're all uploading your prayers in this moment. There's a very strong sacred frequency occurring right now. Very beautiful, very individual. Reinvigorating you. Mm.
I'm getting this strong heat from the fire. Looks like those players are being uploaded quite fast, and responses are coming down quite fast.
Yeah, I'm just going to say one here. A prayer to clear the blocks to stepping into authentic power and being of service to evolve gracefully. Beautiful words. And we're just going to highlight those blocks. But also the internal ones where we feel we can't. And we can do this in our everyday lives. With setting a goal. That's good. All those, it has the smoke changed in the fire.
Yeah.
Can you see that at all?
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
Has the smoke changed in the fire?
Yep. The woods are quite dry, so there's no much smoke here, but the heat is quite huge from the fire. Yeah.
A prayer to hear the guidance clearly from spirit and higher self. Now, this is really important that we connect to our hearts. The pardon me, throat going, something's clearing out. The multiversal, omniversal connection to everything through the heart. So I invite you to look within, into the color of your heart, and see the spark that you carry within. Feel it. And there may be great pain and sorrow preventing its full application. So I invite you to go down deeper into your heart and shed the barriers, layer by layer. Allow it to dissolve effectively. Because your psyche, your soul always knows what you are working on. But you have to feel. So let go of the numbness. The shock, the pain that you've experienced from your human interactions. And just feeling that burn off. With the sounds of the fire burning off your past story that has kept your heart locked in and locked down. Fear of living my truth and speaking truth. When we're afraid of our souls, we begin to experience a really negative set of circumstances around us because we're listening to false realities that are keeping us hooked in. Why? Because we do not believe in ourselves or our souls, that it has value and worth. So I'm just going to invite you to step forward in this moment. Just experience, you know what it's like to not live in your truth and be fearful of speaking it. It is dark, it is grey, it is convoluted, it is distorted, and then you don't understand what is going on in your reality. You have no awareness of that. So just for a moment, shift into your truth. Shift into your authentic being through the heart. Give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to open up. Just be you for yourself. Just for yourself, no one else. This is you on this infinite voyage. So when I use that statement, Harrison, what does it make you feel?
I don't know, at that point, it was like, I think it's unique to each and every single person. For me, it was just ideas gushing out, rushing out in my head, how I would make my life much more better, like increasing even different aspects of my life, financially, health-wise, and other aspects that I like. What I would say, these are goals to me that I'm looking forward to pursue, and I'm still pursuing. So I'm getting this feeling it's gonna be unique to each and every single person, and the prayer request they have put in. So maybe people can put it there in the chat room what they're experiencing, because I feel it's unique to each and every single person.
Yeah, I mean, yes. So it's about blockages, being authentic, being of service, hearing the guidance from the soul. And Gabrielle has wished it may be for all here. And that's great. And Annaline has so much fear and doubt that her tongue felt like laser pins for months now. Now, this is something very specific here. And what we are dealing with, I'm going to say in this moment, is specific future rituals, voodoo rituals that have affected the tongue. So I just want to just bring into the spiritual court the agitators of this and get them dealt with. And Annaline, let me know if this passes. Now, I'm not sure what location she's in, but I'm getting that there's a sort of heavy trajectory here of being around certain beings that do not want her to evolve. See, anything negative that you've experienced this is not your wish to live this. It is the negative wishes of others, negative thoughts. So how does that look to you as I get this issue resolved of the futuristic voodoo ritual? Get a sense of that, Harrison.
What I'm getting from where I am, it's like this state of calmness it's like it's spreading to each and every single person. And then from there, I don't know, because there's this image where I was seeing people in shoots, like they were having fun. Like when people go skydiving and you see them falling from the sky and then they prop up their chutes and they go and land.
Mm.
This was the image that I was getting, and I think it's symbolizing fun, that we need to make life much more fun and happy, and things are just gonna work out, and it's unique to each and every single person with how they define their own fun for them.
I think you're right. I was just having a big stretch out then. I think everybody could do with lots of fun.
Yep.
So there is an element of peace spreading throughout your realities. And that's going to multiply. So let me know how you're feeling out there. Do we have peace? How does it feel out there to you, Harrison?
I'm just getting this sense of calmness in the court. It's like so much has been resolved, and yes, people are reaching in deeper and deeper deeper and deeper into the issues that they are facing. But there's this sense of peace and calmness in the court where so much stuff has been resolved uniquely to each and every single person.
Yeah. And it literally is a case of, in these moments, like somebody's highlighting, they had a very dark karmic relationship. And that's really forgiving each other. So we turn and face each other. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive myself. I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. And to the two ladies, you probably stopped yourself doing many, many things in operation, but you've got to stop it today. And forgive each other. Now that's happening at soul level. Forgive the system, forgive those that interfered or stopped or hindered your personal evolution. With others that hurt you when they don't know what they're doing. Forgive yourself for not seeing it before, not knowing. How could you? Forgive the system because it operates on non-human protocols. It's a program. Should not restrict you. And I encourage you to sow the spiritual soul seeds of your own enjoyment and enlightenment in this moment into the future. And give thanks for it. So, Harrison, any final words as we begin to wrap up this spiritual court of equity for today?
What I'm getting right now is that peace is within each and every single one of us. And once you have peace within you, everything else will just fall into place. Having peace of mind, having peace with the situation that's happening around you, and with the new kind of celebration that we are having right now, and the changes in our sun cycles and the way the planet is revolving around our star, and our star revolving around our galaxies. So with the new energy that's coming in, it's like a rebirth in each and every single person. And the more you resolve your own stuff, the more you'll become lighter, the more you'll be able to absorb the light coming through, and the more you'll be able to achieve your plans and goals that you're planning. And the people who are within this court, much has been done for them. It doesn't mean much won't be done in the future. It's an ongoing process, and it requires commitment. It requires discipline to work on yourself daily. And the decision also for the court that's coming through is all the elements of the fire, earth, air, and water are within each and every single person of within each one of us, and that energetic form is very vibrant. It's working with each and every single person, and things will happen the way they expected to happen. And all you have to do is just allow things to happen. And by allowing this means don't shoot yourself on the foot. You pray for good things, and then the next thing you're having doubtful thoughts, canceling whatever prayer you have made. So having the faith and looking forward to having a brighter future, this is what I'm getting. This is what we need to do and seek and look forward to.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely perfect for these times. The seeding of negative doubts cancels your absolute most sacred prayers. Because whether you can, whether you can't, either way you will. And this level of your sentient experience is continual, it is infinite. And I pray in this moment of solstice, new light, is that you'll have a really smooth transitional path with these, the application of these things that Harrison just spoke about. And just harness that. I am light, and light I shall remain within me at all times, in all dimensions, in all frequencies of existence. I actively engage with my sovereign soul and being and spirit to create a reality that is beautiful, peaceful, harmonically loving, and co-creating my best ideas on earth. May that prayer be extended to all with the deepest love and forgiveness on a continual cycle into your future generations on earth. And thank you very much for joining us in these times. We hope that you gained peace from being here or observing this, and that you could contain the joy of life that is your divine right for your own beings in these times. So lovely people. We are going to zoom off, but have a really great, forgiving, peaceful, loving time at the end of this year, the beginning of the year, and follow Harrison's instructions, and you're going to be made. You're going to love it. You're going to see everything fold out, roll out differently. And this will be down to your hard work and growth. So thanks everybody for joining us today. We'll be back at some point in the future, not sure when, because these things happen sporadically. We're not on a strict schedule right now, and we will be coming back with other things in the not too distant future. So do check back, and let's see where we go into the future together. That's wonderful.
Yep. Yep. Bye bye.